Today, this was just going to be a follow-up to help you, like if you had any questions, if you wanted more information about any certain things. And I also have an exciting set of things that happened in Canva yesterday, their big announcement, so we could talk about that as well. But you tell me, what would you like to do?
The Canva updates would be great because I haven't had a chance to.
Yes, indeed. Let me come over here. I'm going to bump up the size of my screen some and go into Canva. So what happened was yesterday was Canva's big announcement day. And they released a whole bunch of different things. Now, some of these things are made for the pro version and some of them are free. So just so you know, all right, Max, you know about Canva, Rita, anybody else need any clarification on what Canva is? I'll just get started. All right. This little line right here where it says discover the magic from Canva Create, that's what all this, that's where all the new stuff came in. And I'm going to start with the things that I think are the coolest. Now, were y'all, how many of y'all have Canva, the upgrade, the pro version? All right, you don't have the pro version, but y'all do. Okay, so the pro version is the way to go. It's super cheap and it gives you more than you could ever possibly want. And in the pro version, before you had this thing called Docs, Canva Docs, and in Canva Docs, you can click the plus and then there's a magic write button and you can say, write a blog post about how to clean your house for a showing. All right. And there you go. It's just going to write it for you. Ta-da. Well, that used to only live in Canva Docs. And now with this upgrade, it lives everywhere. So Magic Write can now be in anything you're working in. So I'm going to open up, this is a, let's see, I'm going to click on that one. And down in the right corner, let me see if that's on the screen, behind me, so that was Magic Write, Magic Edit and Eraser. But before I go there, I'm going to scroll down here to Magic Design. Now this one was one I was playing with yesterday and it was okay. Let's take a look at it again. I'm going to click on it and say try it out. Magic Design Beta, you just insert media, right? So I'm going to click insert media. I'm going to click, let's see, yesterday I did choose a file. Let's see. I'll just
where is Magic Design?
Magic Design is, so when you go to the Canva homepage, there's a big section in there about the new stuff, and you got to start off there. So here's the Canva homepage when I'm logged in, and then discover the magic from Canva Create.
Okay.
And then it's here's how you get to it right now.
All right.
Try out Magic Design. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I'm just going to choose a picture. Here is something from Star Trek or whatever. So what it does is it takes that picture and it evaluates it and it automatically creates templates for you to use.
Wow.
So you just took the picture and it automatically did everything else for you.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you can change the style, right? You can make them all, you know, in the same format, same color scheme. You can change the headlines and, you know, make a headline so that it kind of gets a better idea of what you want. But in seconds, you can have a whole bunch of templates already done with Magic Design. Now it gets even better. I know it's crazy the things they announced. And this is something that I've been playing with. Let me see this one. They have these cute little things. They have these cute little presents that you unwrapped, right? So I just unwrapped the last one, which is one they've had a while. So I'm going to show you Magic Presentation because this is insane. I don't know how often you would need this, but you might be able to do it for different reasons. Let me see. Try it out. And here we are with Magic Presentations, and we're going to go use 5 or more words to design your presentation, to describe your presentation topic. Okay, let's say steps for cleaning your house before a showing. All right. Look, Ma, no hands. It's doing this for me. The entire thing, right? And here's a sample. It wrote everything. It did everything. No hands. Found the media, found the words, wrote it, everything for you. And then you can just choose your style. I kind of like that one. And then I create it. Now here's what you could do. You could use this for, have you seen on LinkedIn those things called carousels? You know what I'm talking about?
I know the one in Instagram.
Well, on LinkedIn these days, there are a lot of people who use these things called carousels. Here's one right here. This is just a PDF that you upload and it creates a scrollable carousel.
Yeah.
And, you know, all this is a PDF that's uploaded here. So you could resize these and create PDFs. You could do anything you want to, but it's done. It's done. Done. You can change out all the pictures, of course, but it's done. Is that insane or what? Yes, Beth, that's insane. Great feedback, y'all. All right, so Canva also has had, for a while now, have you played around with the text to image technology?
No.
Ooh, this is going to be fun. And I'm going to give you a different site because I think we tried to do this in the other session, but weird things were happening. But I'm going to give you a different site because this one is free. And unless you want to log into your Canva and you can do it there. Do y'all all have Canva?
Yes.
Too?
Yeah, so the other day, after the class, I did the text to image and I put photographer taking a group photo, and man, it had the weirdest faces on it. I was like,
Yes.
where did they get these people?
So what's happening is that they're getting a lot better. Hands, faces, sometimes were really, really bad, but there are several companies that are doing this, right? You might hear Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, OpenAI. All of these are 3 different companies that have 3 different ways they're doing this. And Midjourney just fixed the hands problem. This is not a political conversation at all. However, I should mention that yesterday there was a picture released of Donald Trump praying. Did you see this picture?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to look it up. And again, we're not getting into any kind of anything, but I want you to be aware of these things. Trump praying. Because this is the kind of thing that we need to be aware of in terms of the fakeness that can happen. So this picture was released. This picture is of Donald Trump, but if you look very closely, look at his hands. He has 1, 2, 3 fingers, then he's missing a finger, and then these fingers are not really fingers. This is artificial intelligence. This is AI. It also is very awkward with the knees. Like if you look at the details here, you can see how it struggles with things like hands and body positions and things like that. So they just pointed these things out and said this one is noticeable, but it's not going to be noticeable for long. Because and those are some of the details you have, like hands, symmetry of the face, those kind of things can be really problematic with these things. And fairly soon you won't be able to tell a fake one from a real one. This was just like yesterday, I think.
It's so crazy how fast this is just exploding when you said that it's been around for a long time.
It has been the technology, well, the text to image technology has been out, I just checked, since last August, but the text to writing stuff has been out for 2.5 years. And the other stuff has been behind the scenes. Not a lot of people have been able to use them. All right, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to put in the chat. Can y'all hear me now? Yeah, you can hear me. You're talking to me. I'm going to put in the chat a link, and this is for TinyWow. We can start there to play around with the text to image generation stuff if you want to. So we did a little bit in the chat, or we did this a little bit in this session. Things like, let's see, a family cleaning, doing spring cleaning in a house in Southern California. All right, let's see what that gives us. There are different models. So this one is TinyWow. I'm giving it to you because you don't have to register and it's free, but it's not as good as some of the others. We'll do the same one in Canva. And Canva, you can do these, you can insert one of those images anywhere you are. Let's see. All right, so here I'm going to just add a page. The way you do it in Canva is you're going to go to apps, way on the other side over there, apps. And when you get to apps, there's one called text to image. And you click on that, and then you can put it in there. You get the same link. Okay, you see how weird these people are? It's because this is the free one. It's not made with the very best technology. But it's free and you don't have to register, so it's fun to play with here.
So can you repeat this, Beth? You open a blank shape and then?
For Canva?
Yeah, for Canva. I'm trying to do it on my cell phone.
All right, so in Canva on your cell phone,
Mhm.
so you do the plus sign to create a new document or a new graphic or whatever, and then do just an Instagram square or what have you. And then when you have that open, I think across the bottom, you can scroll and let's say add stuff and things like that. And when you scroll across the bottom, one of those will be apps.
Okay.
And when you click apps, then you're going to go find an app called text to image.
Okay.
So as soon as I do this, I think you're going to be able to see the difference in quality in the different ones you're having. Here's a cheat for you. There are sites. Oh, see, look at this. This is so much better. Those look like people, kind of, a little morphed.
It's all good until you go in and look closely at their faces. I'm like, oh.
But let me show you this same one in one of the better ones. Now, I just subscribed today to Midjourney. There's Midjourney and DALL-E, and I just subscribed today to Midjourney, and look, I was able to create that one very quickly. Adorable. The weird thing here is that it's you have to go into this thing called Discord, and then it's very, very fast, and it's hard to kind of hang out there. I'll show you. Let's see. So this is Discord. You just have to follow this site called Discord. And oh, there's an outage. There we go. All right. So here is, this one's Midjourney, and this one you go Imagine. I know it's weird. And then I did the exact same prompt. These folks have really fixed the facial problems and the finger problems with Midjourney. And I think I'm paying now $6 a month or something like that. I just subscribed yesterday because I'm going to make a series of pictures for my new book, and I'm going to use Discord. I'm going to use Midjourney. You can see here I was playing around with, I want to do a series of icons that all look similar. And so I can take the same prompts and just change out, like this says a 3D icon of a shopping cart. And I'm going to say a 3D icon of a computer with the same kind of color scheme and background. So same prompt, totally different picture, and everything is much better. I'm not sure how much that one looks like Southern California, but there you go. Oh, look, there's cacti and things like that. That's what our yard looked like in Southern California. Now you have water in Southern California. All right, what other questions do you have? Yes.
Okay, so hi there, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good, it's good to see you again. I have a quick unrelated question that I'm experiencing just yesterday. All of a sudden, my keyboard is being very strange. It's like not responding to all my strokes. Some of them work, some of them are not responsive, and some of them I can hit like 3 times and it finally comes up. My @ sign doesn't work at all. I don't know if it's a keyboard problem or a hardware problem or what. Like, is it a cleaning issue? But all of a sudden, all of it happened at once. Not just, I've never had a sticky key, and then all of a sudden, it happened where now I'm having trouble with the whole keyboard.
And you have a Mac?
I have a PC laptop.
Okay, and it's not a separate one,
No.
right? It's
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
It may be a hardware problem. It may be, is it still under warranty?
No, it's older. I just replaced the battery. I know it's not. So, I mean, it's has
So-
worked like a champ ever since. It's just like literally
We have a-
yesterday. When I
Okar
woke up
has
this
a
morning,
tech
yeah.
hotline that is amazing.
Who?
Okar, the realtors, Orange County Realtors.
Mhm.
And I give you the number and it's free for members and they will walk you through and they will fix it.
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yes.
877
Mm-hmm.
562-3156. You just have to know your DRE
Wow.
number.
Oh, okay.
It's
Thank
awesome.
you.
You
Thanks,
can do
Rita.
it now and they'll get onto your computer and fix it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, nice. I also recommend if it is going out, get an outside one. Oh, sorry. I was laughing at myself. Get an outside keyboard that you just carry around with you if that's going out. A lot of people have their keyboards go out. It
Mhm.
happens. But I love that you have that resource. Yeah, use them.
Mhm. Okay, the other thing I had on my list was when we talked about the app on our phones that was doing the video with the clips, you know how we wanted the
Yes.
text to come up with the video? Can we import a video into clips and then have it produce the words, or it has to be done at the time of recording?
I believe it has to be done right at the time of recording. Let
Okay.
me
That's what I thought.
let me verify that, but I think y'all weren't there when we were talking about, are y'all both, is everybody in here an Apple person?
Apple phone, yes,
All right,
but
perfect.
Microsoft laptop.
That's okay. I forgive you. Let's see. I'm going to try to get a little video here and test my theory. So what we're talking about is this cool tool. Let's see. We are talking about a cool tool that will let you create clips. It's called Clips on your computer with transcription. Let's see, add to project. Let me see. I'm almost positive that live titles can only be added to clips with a recorded vocal track. So, no.
Well, there's something called Videolicious that lets you do that.
That is a good one too. But Clips is something very few people know about on your Apple phones. And let me see if I can throw my computer up on my phone up on the screen and show it to you real quick. Let's see. Oh, don't worry. Hold on. Let me just add a little camera here. I've got 75. You wouldn't believe how many things I have open here. Overlays, show overlays window. There it is. Okay. And add a camera. And that camera needs to be this one. There we go. And it will be tall. All right. Here's my phone. So Clips is this. It's on your phone. It's native to Apple. It's free. It's an Apple app itself. It's called CLIPS. And what happens is, let me go back here. I think this is the one we made, Max, while I was showing it to you. Let's see. I'm just going to delete that. Delete clip. And delete clip. So I am looking at myself in the mirror here. And I am going to hold that down and speak. So right now I'm speaking and there are no words here, but let me show you what happens. Okay, I'm going to click back on there and go to Effects and then do the live titles. Here we go. Now, so you can't hear it because I have it plugged in and it's not coming through there. But you can see that I can do live titles as I'm speaking, or I can put them on afterwards just by speaking. So now when I am speaking, the words will appear. And the weird thing about this is it's only in 1 minute increments. So you can make long videos, but you have to break them up into 1 minute at a time. But it does this automatically very quickly, and it lets you do the transcription in real time. Now, if you have an accent, Max, I don't think you really have an accent, but if you have an accent, sometimes it doesn't get every word, but you can go back in and actually correct the lines. Was that too trippy? Seeing me twice or 3 times?
So I didn't know that we could go back, so that's kind of cool. So basically we rerun the video and did like do a voiceover, so to speak.
Yeah, so here's mine, and I'm clicking on it, and then I'm gonna go effects. Then I'm gonna do edit text.
Are you hitting the star button to do that? How do you do the edit text?
When I went back into, so there's the one I just recorded. It's outlined in white.
Right,
Oh, wait. It's outlined in white. And then when I click on it and I go to effects, where it says that I can choose live titles
mhm,
across
yeah.
the bottom, one of them is edit text.
Oh, okay,
And when I click edit text, it'll give me all the text. So I can go back in and change that if I want to.
oh, got it, okay.
Another thing that's really cool about this is that you can add a filter. So let me see, all kinds of fun, silly filters, but you've got some that are kind of cosmic. Where are they? Bleached. Those aren't the ones I want. Maybe it's not,
Record.
maybe it's not a filter. It's a background. We do none there.
Record.
Let's see, hold on.
This is neat. I just did the clips.
Isn't it cool?
Very cool. It's
You can
not
do
an app,
animated stickers.
it's something over there.
You can also, and I've done this a lot, you can do Memoji, and you can change it to your own Memoji. I have done this when my hair's bad and I want to reach out to someone. I've used my Memoji because I kind of look good in cartoon, you know what I mean? Let's see, where is my effects? There used to be, and maybe they changed it, there used to be not just picture effects, but like weird backgrounds that were funny. I'm a big fan of funny, but I don't see it. So they might have taken those away.
So you'll love this. I opened it up and my last one that I did was at your class in 2019.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. I can put on my own googly eyes. All right, so that is Clips. That is on your computer.
You mean
Right.
font?
On your phone. Yeah.
Is it also on computer?
Nope, this one's just on the phone. Ah, there we go. You can do artificial reality spaces. Ooh, let's see what this does. Move the iPhone to start. All right, I'm moving. Well, that doesn't really work well. Let's
Oh,
see.
yeah.
There it goes. And start effects. Oh, there we go. So now, oh, look, it's fun. Hours of fun. Not sure this is very healthy for us. This is my life.
Beth, what's your favorite video editing tool?
My favorite video editing tool is, let me turn this off here.
Do you use iMovie at all?
I do. I use iMovie quite a bit, actually. I use iMovie for very simple putting together of things. Just, I find it the easiest of all the ones that I play with.
Yeah.
So I use iMovie on my computer all the time. On my phone, very rarely. But both of them are pretty easy. What
So
kind of-
you use the
edit?
iMovie on your computer or on your phone?
I use iMovie mostly on my computer. I have a Mac.
Yeah,
I
I don't have
use-
a Mac, so I have to use it on my phone.
On my phone, there's something called Quick, let's see, QUIK. Let's see. What's it called? That I've used quite a bit. GoPro Quick.
Oh, GoPro Quick, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also something called Me something by YouTube.
Me
Yeah,
something.
Me or something.
There's CapCut, which is big on TikTok.
Oh, I just deleted my TikTok account.
Well, you can still use CapCut. Oh, I made this. There was a DJ with his summer squash. See, we had summer squash and they got bigger and then they got bigger and then dun dun dun. Boom. That was a good summer squash year.
Now, the next question I have, I usually have a background problem when I'm making a video because I don't have any like blank walls. Do I need to blur the background while I'm making the video or after I make the video?
So tell me what kind of videos you're making.
Well, I'm making like mostly I'm standing, talking, stuff like that. Let me see. I'm trying to show you my, yeah, I have one of those, mirror, I mean, the light and phone holder tripods. And I get in front of it and I start talking with my phone is there, usually horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking for a blank wall in my condo and I can't find it. There's usually something there, but so I mean, I don't want the background showing when I'm talking or when I'm explaining something.
Well, what I would recommend, I don't know. Yeah, I can do it this way. Let me
Like
show you.
right now, Zoom did blur my background, for example.
You
This
see in the
is what
corner right there?
Huh?
You see in my corner right there? Those
No,
two
I
things?
don't see anything. Wait a minute. I need to go to speaker. Okay. Yes.
You see those two black tall things?
Yeah.
Those are screens. And they
Oh.
store like that. And then when I need to make a video, I pull them out. And I have lots of lighting around that I use too. But you see, that's a green screen cloth. But I just have these two big screens that I put on the ground, and you don't have to get a huge one, but you can just retract them and pull them up and down, and then you have your blank wall. And you don't have to do a green screen. You can do any, a nice background, maybe one with your logo on it that's a real background, rather than, if you're worried about finding places in your home for the graphics.
I thought there was a mode in camera mode in iPhone when you're making a video that you could blur or something, but I forgot how to do that.
Well, anytime there are things with it, you're not going to blur well, right? So
okay.
it's not as good in terms of, it's going to look like a green screen. I mean, right now you're using a blur and it doesn't look bad at all. But when you move around and stuff, you can see it. Now, I think you can use Zoom on your phone as a video camera and it will blur.
Okay, now you can see what my my stuff, the tripod.
I think if you wanted to use Zoom as your camera and use your phone for Zoom, it should still blur your background. Just like you can do it here. You know, rather than using your video camera, use
Yeah.
your Zoom camera.
Yeah, but I want to post the video to social media without the background. I want to record with a blurred background. while
Yeah,
I-
so if you use Zoom and choose the blurred background and just record the video on Zoom, then you'll be able to
Oh.
save that video and share it.
Okay. You know, I've been going to these classes at Apple Store. They teach a lot of things about your iPhone. It was amazing, you know, what you can do with this little thing.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah. But I didn't get to learn the iMovie editing yet. I didn't go to that class yet.
Well, it's I like it. I use it a lot, but not a lot of it, you know, it just depends on what you need to edit. Now, the one we talked about in class the other day was called Descript. And Descript and those kind of tools, you just upload your video and then you can edit the words to edit the video. Like you just delete the words. And it deletes that part of the
That's
video.
nice.
Yeah. It's called Descript. Now it's a couple $100 a year, the version I use, but it will find all your ums and uhs. You just throw it in there. You can do little snippets. You can do a whole bunch of them and then just cut out each snippet. It's really easy.
Well, technology is technology. I love it, but I don't use it enough for some reason. I still do a lot of still pictures. And
Yeah.
For some reason, I mean, I bought all this stuff, but I'm not really doing much of a video. Only if I'm traveling and stuff, I take, you know, videos.
So I want to make sure we've got Marissa, Mark, and I think Rita had to drop off.
Yes.
Anybody else have any questions? This is the tool that lets you edit video. So it's called Descript. And Descript, just you come down here and delete anything you want to delete, move anything you want to move, and it actually edits the video for you.
Where's it written, Descript? I need to see the spelling of it.
It's I'll put it in the chat. DE, like the word script, like cursive
Yeah.
script,
Yeah.
and then DE in front of it, Descript.
Okay. Mhm. Wow. Thank you. I learned things today.
Oh, good.
Yeah. The
Hey,
only
Max.
thing, the only
Oh.
thing I couldn't replicate is the Canva text to image. That's because I was trying to do it from my phone and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's in there. Let me show you
Sure.
again.
I have to fiddle with it.
Let's see. There's Canva. Oh, let me go back to this one. So here's Canva.
On your phone?
Yep.
Okay. I'm there.
Let's see. What did I use? Hold on a minute.
When I type in the search box text to image, it puts me to that design thing, create design or something.
All right, there we go. Okay, so here we are in Canva. Down at the bottom of this screen, you can't really see it on here, but there's a plus sign.
Yes. Okay.
There is a plus sign.
Yeah.
And then when you do the plus sign, you can do anything you want. So we'll just do a Facebook post. And then you can barely see it on my screen. Let me do this.
Yeah, I have the Facebook post,
Custom.
tools of the trade, so and so.
There we go. All right. So at the bottom, you see there's design, elements, camera roll,
Yes.
brand, hub, that kind of thing. You scroll until you see the word apps.
Okay.
When
Click
you
on it.
see apps, you're going to scroll in there and you're going to see it's a purple icon. You see it, it says text. It's not a good icon, but it's a purple icon that says text and then a little star.
Hmm.
Okay, let me go back. All right, so across the bottom, you have design, all those kind of things.
And
You're going to
apps.
scroll until you see the word apps.
Yeah.
All right, and then you can just do search Canva apps and put the word text. That's the first thing that comes up.
Text to image, yes.
There you go.
And what do I see?
And then do you see a black box?
I see lots of icons.
You might need to play with this a little bit more.
Yeah.
When you do the icons, you should see text to image. And when you click on that, you'll see just.
Oh, yes. I saw it. Text. It's purple.
Yes. And then
So-
you just put in whatever you want to see and press.
Oh my God. Yeah, we did this in our office, the bear, panda surfing or something. Yeah, that's really neat.
Yep.
So whatever we write there, it makes a picture of it, right?
Yep.
Wow, very nice. Thank you so much.
I think Max had a question.
Yes. What do you like as far as the whiteboard doodling website or program?
What are you going to use it for?
I want to use it for posting social media, using it for education purposes. Like if we're talking
Oh.
about a first time home buyer, how much down, I want to kind of be able to illustrate that in a video type post.
A whiteboard explainer video. Yeah.
Right.
So the one I use is called Doodly,
Oh, yeah.
and it's a download, and it's like it's such a scam, but it's very cheap, but it looks, I don't know, it's such a scam. So it's called Doodly, Doodley, and it's a download from your computer.
Mhm.
And I have it on mine. I haven't used it. I use it every once in a while, but it's a one-time purchase. But when you first go there, it says it's like $149. And then as soon as you go away from it, you will see things for $49 for like 7 years.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy. And then when you get into it to buy it, they want to upsell you on all kinds of stuff. But I have been using Doodly for years. It's very simple concept. And it's pretty easy to use. But that's the one I use, or I use Fiverr, and I don't mess with it, because here's the deal. When you make a collage, you just throw a bunch of pictures in there and whatever comes out comes, like, it's easy, right? When you make a storyboard thing, you have to tell a story, and then you have to find the graphics that match what story you're telling.
Mhm.
And so instead of being a 10-minute thing, it ends up for me being a 4-hour thing,
Mhm.
because I'm going back and forth. And I
Yeah.
kind of have I call it a chung limit. You know the TV show Law and Order?
Mhm.
Law and Order, chung. Like,
Yeah.
if it takes me more than 3 Law and Orders to figure something out, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna hire somebody else to do it because that's not time I need to spend.
Right, okay, so maybe it's not money, time well spent. I mean, because I like the concept, but I don't really want to spend a ton of time. And if you're taking 3 chung chungs, I'm gonna pay like 12 chung chungs, right? So,
Yeah, there are several companies that do it, but if you go on Fiverr, let me show you on Fiverr and put in whiteboard explainer video or whatever.
yeah,
There are thousands of people who have all of the upsold stuff, all the special technology to do it.
right.
And there you go. They just will do it for you.
So what do I expect to pay for something like that, for one video?
Anywhere from $50 to $150. Like this one, he says 250. This one's 1900. Don't do that. But from $55 to here's one that starts at $40. You're going to pay a little bit more for those, but you shouldn't
Because
have to do it all by yourself.
they're
Hmm?
time consuming, right?
Oh, they can be really time consuming. That being said, let's see what Steve does. Remember, did I tell you about Steve.ai?
Steve AI, yeah.
Yeah. Silly name. I don't get it. So here's Steve. Let's see what he does with it. Let's see. Voice to video, script to video, script to animation. How about that one? We'll do script to animation. Animation video, horizontal, category is explainer video. That looks good. And title is, see here, they get very specific. Home services, home tutor, law firm, music course, online course, painting, shipping. See, none of those are realtor. But let's go with, that's why I don't like it, because you have to fit into its categories.
Hmm.
Let's see, explainer video, social, travel, wishes, tips. Let's go tips. See how it just chose 2? It's very small on my screen too.
Very small.
Yeah. Let's see, testimonial, tips. I'm just going to go with tips and we'll do, no, I don't want to do that. Animation video. Hold on. It just started me. Okay, what's your video about?
How about first time home buyer?
Real estate. Let's see if it picks up on that. Animation video, type your script here. Here's what I would do. Let's see. I would go to ChatGPT and I would say, I want to do an explainer video for first-time home buyers. What are we doing? What do you want them to be able to see?
No money down.
To explain
Yeah,
what no money down means?
sure.
All right. All right, here it goes. There's a script. And we're going to say that's way too long. All right. That's short. All right, so let's try that. We are going to use it on a whiteboard explainer video. Oh, that's a good one. You like that one better?
I can't see it, but I
Oh,
trust
okay.
you.
Let's see. Hey there, first-time home buyers. Are you wondering what no money down means when it comes to buying a house? Let's break it down. No money down is a fancy way of saying you don't have to pay a big chunk of cash up front. What do you think?
Okay, so then what you do is then you use that verbiage and you put it in your Steve AI explainer video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's try it. I'm gonna grab all of this. All right, thank you. Control copy. And now I'm gonna go into Steve. How you doing, Steve? And I'm gonna paste it. All right, real estate, animation, source free, auto highlight, and add voiceover. There we go. And let's see what it looks like. Which style do you like?
Fun.
Fun? She looks fun. Oh, that's cool. I like that because it's kind of simple. We'll see. It's going to take a couple of minutes. So that's what I do. I'd work on the script outside of here.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see what it looks like.
Hey there, first-time home buyers. Are you wondering what no money down means when it comes to buying a house? Well, let's break it down. No money down is a fancy way of saying that you don't have to pay a big chunk of cash upfront when buying a house. Usually, when you buy a home, you have to make a down payment, which is like a big, fat check that you give to the bank as a promise that you'll pay the rest of the money you owe for the house.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, we can work with that. I mean, it just needs to be massaged a bit.
Yep. Yep. This one, because it's not like some of them where you have to find the right graphic for it. It found it for you, and then you can just change it out. So if you don't like this guy, you can change it out for this girl.
Which
She
software
obviously-
is this?
This is called Steve.ai.
Oh,
And yep, Steve.ai. I think, there we go. And then you can change the action. You can change the other graphics on there as well. That one wouldn't take very long, I don't think.
Can we use our own, can we insert our own avatar, like create our own profile or like person or no?
And this one, I don't know. I don't think you can in here. Let's
Mhm.
see. Let's see. Let me click on her again. Change character or properties. Oh, I see. I don't see a place where you can upload your own stuff here. But the cool thing is all these characters, they all have the right positioning.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Can we put our own logo embedded in the video at all? Like put like my company name?
I'm pretty sure you can. Let's see, change color, audio, scene time. Here's change layout. Well, it doesn't want me to change that. I don't see where you can add that. This is a fairly new one that has come out in the past 6 months, I think. Let's see. I don't see in here where you can add different things. It just kind of is or it isn't. With Doodly, you can do all your own.
Doodly, download.
Yeah, Doodly.
Wait, Doodly is not,
Doodly whiteboard animation.
oh, okay. But that might be that's quite an investment, time and money, right? Because it's gonna take a lot of time.
Yeah, I have done several things with Doodly, but I end up like kind of giving up. They've been pretty simple.
Are you trying to
Oh,
do
see-
complicated video or is, I mean, because some of mine don't need to be that complicated, but I don't know.
Well, it's interesting because now it says $39 a month, and I think what's going to happen is in an hour it's going to tell me it's 169 forever or something like that.
Yeah.
It just depends, but don't forget, like if you're doing a very simple one too, on Fiverr, you can find people to do those fairly easily,
Mhm.
you know, and they'll turn them around in 2 days or whatever. And then you have a bunch of them that you can just use over and over again. Let's
Okay.
see. The other one I used to use is called Powtoon.
Oh, yeah.
And I like Powtoon still, but it kind of changed from being the explainer video as much to more of a presentation kind of thing.
Hmm.
But they still have a whole bunch of it in there as well. So you can create the videos, whiteboard doodling, same kind of thing, animated videos. But the ones that, you know, will let you just kind of describe it and do, that's great. You can also get one of these done like Steve.ai or whatever, do one on there and then throw your logo on it with iMovie or something like that.
Hmm.
I've done that too, where I can't add anything to whatever they're doing, so I just pull it off and do it with my own. So this one is Powtoon. Same kind of thing. But they're all templates. It's not like what we just did to describe something. It's all templates, so you have to kind of go back in and edit the template scene by scene. Now Canva does have somewhat of a whiteboard kind of video situation, but it's not the same. Like if you search for explainer video, it says create a blank explainer video, but it's not, it's a lot of work. You know, it's just kind of this template and then you do one piece after the other and that kind of thing. So I would start with Steve, and then just if you wanted to add your own logo or whatever, just add it after. Throw it into a video editor and throw your logo on it. All right, Marissa, Mark, Elsie, and Leo, we are here. Any other questions?
Not to interject, I don't want to take everyone's time, but
No, that's fine.
are we will receive the notes that we from the classes on Monday that we took.
So Elsie, those are all in that folder that has all of the handouts.
So Ocar will probably just email them to us.
Yeah, they're all in the same folder.
Oh, she said we'll send them out. So it looks like
Okay.
she just responded.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
can we get them as well? Because I couldn't attend.
Yeah, I have deemed it so. Elsie, give it to her too. Yeah, I mean, it's hard because when we were in the class, we did a lot of choose your own adventure
Oh,
stuff.
I know. I really wanted to make it, but the class live is the best.
For that one, it was definitely very helpful. And I think, let's see, everyone registered, if not attended, will get the email blast. Perfect. Can you show me a way to clean up my files? Clean up equal organize. Ah, very interesting. Mark, so clean up your files how? If you could just at least, if you don't want to be on video, unmute yourself and tell me a little bit more about that, Mark. He asked a question in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now it's just embarrassing, Mark. There we go. Let's see. I'm not hearing you, but if you put some notes in the chat, we can do it from there too. But when you say clean up your files, what does that mean to you?
Well, once I cleaned up my Google Drive and I regretted it for the rest of my life.
Oh, because you got rid of too much stuff?
Yeah, and I didn't know that it was connected to my computer. So I finally ended up like disconnecting Google Drive from my computer
Uh-oh.
because it kept saying, oh, your drive is so full. You're gonna have to get more space for so much. And some of the files didn't even worth anything, you know?
Oh, I hate it when that happens. My husband lost a whole bunch of pictures from his phone when they transferred it over, and they just didn't transfer all the
Oh.
pictures. They restored it from the wrong thing. So, Mark, I'll tell you a couple of the things that I use. For cleaning up my files and keeping my computer clean, I use both. Are you Mac or PC? Easier to find files and folders. So, are you Mac or PC, Mark? PC. Okay. So there are some third-party tools that will help you find files. Your search engine should be robust enough to be able to dig down and get into the files. Like, even though it's not named something, it should be able to find it faster. And what I do is I have it saved in Dropbox and in Google Drive and on my computer. Like I have it, they're all the same things that are saved in different places. So the search engines are really fired up for each individual piece as well as for my computer, if that makes sense. So it does an in-depth search. So the way I've done it is I have a third-party tool that's called what's it called? Omni duplicate or something like that. And it's a deduper, and you can get those with Windows. I don't know the name of some of the ones that are Windows. I'm on a Mac, but you can get a third-party tool that'll help you deduplicate and find copies of things on your files. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I save it here, and then I save it over there, and then I've saved it over here, and that will help bring them together and find one copy that you can save. Another thing that you could use at different times, and I don't know exactly what your problem is and how these are, this is flummoxing you, but you can also find tools that'll help you rename files in bulk. So sometimes you import a bunch of pictures, and the pictures are called image_1, image_457, and they mean nothing. And you can use these batch renaming tools to rename all those files based on certain rules to make them a lot more findable. I'm not sure I'm helping you any. You can give me more feedback in the chat. You're putting it in, you can change it to everyone versus hosts and panelists. Oh, he says, perfect. I've solved his problem. My job here is done.
Well,
So
there's another way. I
Yep.
mean, I always use the search box of my Explorer browser. I just type in that little search box, and it
And it'll
scans
come
the
up all
whole
over.
computer.
Yeah, sometimes though they're in different places or you've named them all the same thing and you can't find it. So I use a deduper and I can use a bulk renamer to make them more logical when I'm trying to find them.
Mhm.
A file structure and naming system. Yeah, so that is something that you just kind of have to decide on and then go back and clean up. And that's what that file batch thing can help you with, is to clean it up with
Oh, I
that
see.
naming thing.
Yeah.
So he said, like file structure and naming. So we have a very strict file structure and naming for my company because I work with, you know, hundreds of associations, and each one sometimes hires me back over and over again. So we have a folder for the speaking gigs and then a folder for handouts, and all of them share the same
Oh, wow.
nomenclature. And we put all these rules there so that all of us can find the right files. But I had to go back and find things using the dedupers and using the batch renaming tools to get them and get started back at ground zero.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's just
thank
something
you.
you gotta
I'm
kinda
going to
make that.
take off as well. Thank you so much for everything.
Well, I am glad you came. Thank you. And I hope you learned a couple of things and you'll get the files when they go out. Have a great weekend.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Beth.
Just do Google file batch naming. So Google file, do I just Google file batch naming? Ah, I see what you're saying. I thought there was a feature called Google file batching, and I'm like, So let's see, batch file name change Windows 11. Let's see, there are several tools that, let's see, here's an article that I've actually clicked on before that I'm going to share with you. How to rename multiple files at once in Windows. You can do it in File Explorer, but you can also use, like, PowerToys is one that I've looked up before. It's a tool called PowerToys. So there are some tools in there. Lots of different tools. And there are several people, nerds like me, just kind of sit around and make videos on how to do things. So if you see here, you've got a YouTube video of how to rename multiple files and folders in Windows 11. And these people just sit here and make content to help people, and we don't get out much. So take advantage of those people. And here is also Microsoft's way to rename files. I will give you that one as well. All right, maybe that'll get you on the right track. Other questions from folks?
Okay, I have one.
Yes.
Okay, I have two questions actually. Calendar, I have an iPhone phone, I have a PC laptop. What is the best that you found calendaring? So I can keep all my appointments straight that would link to each other.
Hands down, the most versatile tool in the calendar department is Google Calendar. Hands down. It is useful for so many different sites and so many different things. It ties into so many different things. Whereas Apple Calendar, not so much. Outlook, not so much. They both get cranky, but you can see everything in a Google Calendar. So my Google Calendar has multiple different types of calendars on it. And when people want to schedule a meeting with me and things like that, Google Calendar is where we kind of keep everything together. So Google Calendar is the most versatile. It's free. It's easy to use. And most of us have a Gmail account somewhere along the world. that is the best one to bring it all together. Now, you don't have to necessarily, even if you're using Google Calendar, you don't have to use Google Calendar to look at. You can still use tools that you already use and sync it with that. But in terms of the base calendar, I say use Google Calendar all the way.
Can it link? Can we send notifications to Outlook through Google Calendar, or are you pretty much on that one platform?
No, so Outlook and Google sometimes play well together and sometimes don't. I don't know the status of the latest. Let me do this real quick. Sync Google and Outlook. It's not as easy as you think it would be because they're kind of hateful. But you can see your calendar in Outlook, or you could see your Outlook calendar in Google, but they don't sync with each other. So you should put your appointments on the Google Calendar and see them in the other calendar. And then when you make them, have it default to making them through the Google Calendar. There are tools, third-party tools that will sync them, but it is not as easy as you wanted it to be.
So do I need to download that on my laptop and also my phone and kind of sync them together?
So when you sign up for Google Calendar, you just have an account. Like, you don't have to look at the Google Calendar ever. You can use another tool to look at the calendar, but I use the calendar. Like, I have all kinds of other things that I use, and I still go back to the Google Calendar because to me it's the most straightforward and intuitive, and it's easy and synchronized to everything. And so that's the one I actually use, is my Google Calendar. And everything there, you can see little colors. Those are all different types of appointments and things that I have in there.
Okay. Is that also include, like, you can add a to-do list in there as well?
Tasks, and you can add events and reminders on the calendar as well.
Okay, and thank you. And are you a fan of MailChimp, emailing to clients that way?
Well, MailChimp is hurting my feelings right now
Oh.
because I don't know if you've ever heard of a company called HubSpot, but HubSpot is a giant marketing and initiative company. You know, it's a much bigger company than MailChimp used to be, and MailChimp now wants to be HubSpot. So MailChimp has their email stuff, which their prices have gone way up on. And then they have their marketing stuff, which is a separate price, and they've gone way up on that. So it's expensive now. It still has a free version for under 2,000 emails a month, I think. But I've been a member of MailChimp for a decade, probably. That's what I've been using for the longest time. I used to use Constant Contact, and I went to MailChimp, and I have legacy pricing, so I'm in there, but I'm still paying $120 a month now for less than 10,000 followers, and they restrict me every time I turn around because they're like, you have to upgrade. So I'm not a big fan of theirs anymore. I'm thinking of switching to Zoho tool, because I'm now in the Zoho infrastructure. It's like the Microsoft infrastructure, the Google. There's Zoho, and it's weird, but it does have a lot of good things that on paper look really good. So I may be switching to Zoho, which would be free to me because it's underneath what I already have. But MailChimp is my favorite of the two, of Constant Contact and MailChimp, but it's just gotten so expensive.
Oh, thank you. Can you go over the mosaic again? I was very intrigued by it, but I couldn't capture everything that you said that day about the mosaic.
Oh, Elsie just popped on here, and she says she's an Android user Elsie, I didn't know that about you. And she has friends with Apple and they prefer and use Google Calendar. Absolutely.
Cool.
So let's look at the mosaic thing. Let's see. All right. The site is called Picture Mosaics. And when you get here, it's a little confusing. It kind of looks like it's expensive, but it's not. You go to free online mosaic tool. And then you click get started. Now I have had an account here for a long time and I think I'm in there. Oh, it says in a little word here, it says now with AI. We'll see what that does. All right, you do get started
Mhm.
and then mosaic pricing, video pricing. I hate it when they do this. It is free, but they mess with you. Let me see. Mosaic tool login. Get started. All right. Get started, log in. I think I'm in there with Google. Nope. Oh, there we go. 7 hours later. I'm registered in so many places, I forget where I am. Okay, so I logged in, or you create an account, and then you do start new project, or you start a new interactive project where you can get other people to give your photos or that kind of thing. But I'm going to do just start new project. And you select your image source. So tell me, Max, is this what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll select your source. So you can add a photo, whatever you want. Let's see. So here is a picture that I just did from the design. All right, silly photos. And then you add your cell images, and you're going to want to add a ton. A ton. You do not want to skimp out on this because, and this takes a little while, so I'm not going to do them all, but and you can get them from Facebook, Instagram, Google, Dropbox. You can get them automatically in there, or you can share a link and have people submit them. But you're going to want at least 200 pictures because it's going to be 10,000 little pictures, right? And so if you've only got 200 or whatever, those are going to be repeated so many times, it's not as fun. Let me show you ones that I've done in the past. This was a person who passed away. Oh, this was the one I showed you in class. This was DJ's. And I chose one big picture. And then when I chose to create it, you can say it's a featured build, which means I chose 10 or so pictures that showed when it built rather than just flat out building. And then you can have it online even and explore it so that each one of these is a picture that you can scroll in and see. Not easily, but there you go.
So even all the verbiage, the text and all that was part of the mosaic, right?
Yes. Yes. All right. 30%. Let's see. And it also will try to get you to pay for stuff. You don't have to pay for stuff. You can just grab it from here. Here's a cheat that I'm not going to tell you about. So don't say you heard it here, if you know what I mean. A lot of times when they say you can't download it or you got to pay to download it or whatever, I will use a screen capture tool to record it and download it that way. If I just need a little something and it says, okay, now for the final version, just give us your money. I'm like, I don't want to give you any money. Does that help a little bit?
That helps a lot.
I did a whole bunch of these for a bunch of people. Let's see. This one was somebody who passed away, and he had founded a festival. So everybody from the festival sent pictures, and that's him. And then we used that, and they had all the pictures from his festival.
That's so cool.
Yeah, for his memorial. It was really cool. So
So
the
how many
final version.
So how many pictures do you said 200? Would that be ample in order to create something? No.
I like to do, you know, if you can do 400, if you can do 800, it'll let you do up to 7,500. Do as many as you can, because that'll give it more depth and more interest.
Mm.
All kinds of ones you can do. But you can also just share them and let people see them. Let's see, what was this one? Oh, these were all people who put funny glasses on. And I can share it. And y'all can see it. I put it in the chat. It's a lot more fun than just regular looking at pictures. All right, other questions?
Can you talk about wave.video? I'm really interested in the text to video concept, but maybe longer than a minute. Would that provide us longer content?
So you mean like adding,
You know
give
how
me a little bit
clips,
more.
you know how clips only allows a minute?
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Say I wanted to do a longer video. Would that be the site that I would go to?
It's one of them that
Okay.
that can have this. If you buy Descript, which I highly recommend, you can do
Uh-huh.
them on there, and it'll do transcriptions on there as well.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
go
do it
there.
on here a lot, but you also then have to process this is great for that too. So she's talking about for transcribing things. So you can just upload it and it'll transcribe it, and then you can edit the transcription, things like that. Now it does limit the amount of words or minutes that you can use with the transcription, right? I've never even come close to getting the limit, but here's one I did from, let's see. Let me edit the video. Here's one that I did that I don't think I ever published, but this was about pulling in a video or pulling in a blog post that I had. So let's see. Yeah, so this was just something that I pulled in from a blog post, and it picked out pictures and everything else. You can see it picked out things that have a watermark on them. So I'd have to fix that one. But it's a very quick way to make a video with the points from your blog post, things like that. Same thing we talked about with Lumen Pop. So it's not bad, and it shows all the graphics for me. now it's giving me all kinds of things about cookies. And that's probably stuff that I can delete. It's probably stuff it picked up from the page. Yeah, this isn't stuff that I had written. It just picked it up from my page. Dun, ta-da. All right, Mark, did I answer all your questions? Marissa, you've been quiet. I think you're there. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I've enjoyed the presentation. I have no questions. Thank you.
Okay. Elsie, how about you? Do you have any questions? I want to make sure Max has lots of questions and I want to help her too.
No questions for me. Thanks, Beth.
All right, Max, what else you got? Give them to us. Everybody learns when you ask questions. Oh, you got to unmute. Unmute.
No, I mean, you're super helpful and I don't want to monopolize, but I hope everyone learns when okay, so this is what I want to do, and you can tell me what the best way to go about doing this is. So I get a monthly report, like Orange County Housing Report every month, and it's quite long, right? It's very tedious. It's a big report, 20 pages or whatever. So I want to summarize that down. And what I've been doing is posting it, but it's really static. It doesn't have a lot of, there's no interaction, right? It's just information. Here's the report. Go to my link, click on my link to go get the full report to that effect. But what I'd like to do is, be on video, my face, and summarize the content and maybe have a few pages, on the post as well. Does that make any sense? So even with like the text coming up on the screen, like the housing market, it's a seller's market right now, or et cetera, and then have a couple of the actual pieces of the report on the post, but to have me like introducing the post with my face and then the script on the screen.
You can do all that in Canva,
Okay.
and you can even record it in Canva. You can do all those things. I'm not sure about the transcription, the captioning in Canva, but you can do most of that stuff in Canva. And the cool thing is, and I'm not sure we'll have time to get into it now. I haven't played with it that much myself. Canva now has batch processing, right? So if there are, let's say, 10 points you want to make from that report, okay, you can list them all in kind of bullet point ways or in a spreadsheet kind of thing. And Canva will create graphics, one for every spreadsheet line for a post.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't played around with it yet. This is fairly new. We could play around with it right now.
So okay, so it's Canva and then it's called, what am I going into? Batch?
Yes. So it's under, let me scroll under here. It's under apps and then bulk create. Bulk create. You can enter data manually or upload a spreadsheet. All right. So if you want to enter data manually, all right. So you write, let's go trend 1, housing is up. Trend 2, whatever, buy from Max. Trend 3, commercial real estate is coming back. Something, right? And then you can do a whole bunch more. All right, we do done. We can add an image here and have different images for each one. right? And then it's going to create a graphic. It's going to create individual graphics with these. All right, we'll do done. 2 data fields. You know what? I should have done this on a new one. Let me delete all, or let me just come here. Blank slate. Okay, connect to data fields identified, name and email. That's not it, but all right. Right click an element on your page to connect it to your data below. Oh, I see. So now we would come over here and do an element, and we would insert text, right? This is trends. All right. Where's our batch? Oh, come on. Where's our batch? Where did it go? Oh, connect data. There we go. That one's going to be that. And then I promise you this will make sense in just a minute.
No,
Let me
it
come
sounds intriguing.
All right, let's use this one. And I'm just going to do this page. All right. Add as new page. Okay. So this one, we are now going to connect data, and that will be name. And this one, we're going to connect data, and that will be email. That's not what they are, but that's what we call them
Mhm.
in there. So this I'm going to make very big. All right, there we go. And now let's see what it says. Over here, magic design, magic write. Nope. I got to figure out where it's going to batch the data. Don't worry, we'll figure this out, folks. Do you see anything that looks like, oh, bulk create, there we go. 2 data fields, continue, we have identified them, and then generate 3 pages. And what should be happening is at the very end, it kind of messed it up, but you see what I did? Oh, you know what it did? There is one that's called, what did it do? Generate 3 pages. That's what I wanted to do. Because I don't see where it generated 3 pages. Oh, it did
It's
it in the
all over.
middle.
Okay, but how
Yeah.
does that get, okay, that's the content. But how do I get myself speaking in front of it?
All right, so there's that. Then you can do present. And when you do present, you can do present and record. And when you do present and record, you can put your face there.
So do I upload that to the presentation portion? Like now I have those 3 screens or those 3 slides. Do I move that over to present and record?
Well, you make whatever you want to. It's going to mess up what's going on. But you put whatever you want to into that deck or whatever.
Mhm.
See?
Hmm.
You put whatever you want to into that deck, and then you push this on here. And I've got tons of different ones in here, which is not what we want,
Mhm.
but it's recording right now. And you could just make yourself bigger, I think. Not on this one. You can always use Zoom for this.
Mm.
Put yourself on Zoom and do it. But it's recording just like I were talking to a
Oh, so you're
PowerPoint.
right there now. So that you did it.
Yep. So now I ended the recording and it's uploading and it's going to show me what my recording is.
So did you save it then? Like basically you did a little mock trial? Okay, cool.
Yep, it's going to be me talking awkwardly. Let's see. Let's copy it. I'll put it in there for y'all too. Mark said, how do I get on the list for your future Zooms? Oh gosh, thank you for asking. I don't know when I'll be back to Orange County, but I speak a lot of different places and I do these presentations through my newsletter and all kinds of stuff. So you can go to my site, yournerdybestfriend.com, and sign up for the newsletter, or you could just ask Elsie to bring me back. Elsie, sorry. It's awkward. All right, it's in here, which is not what we want, but it's recording right now, and you could just make yourself bigger, I think. There you go.
That's cool. How did you get yourself in the TV? Is that something from Zoom?
No, this is all, I've got all of these different special effects here. All kinds of different things that I do.
What?
I know.
Crazy.
It's like we all have things that we do, and then we're working really hard, and people start putting things on our calendars, and we can never get around it, and we won't be able to get out from underneath it because every time we turn around, somebody's putting something else on our calendar. Yeah. Yeah, I play around with this stuff quite a bit. All right, well, we still have about 15 minutes, and I am happy to continue answering questions or getting new things. I see Marissa still there. She said thank you. Have we come to the end of the questions in the office hours, or do you, Max, keep going? If you've got more, give them to me.
Okay, thanks.
I think my camera is kind of blurry. Ooh. You see that? It's blurry.
Can you talk about, can you talk about Magisto and Vimeo some more and kind of expand on what you kind of talked about already?
So when we were talking about, thank you so much. Oh, she's gone. Bye. So I'm trying to figure out what I can replace them with. Animoto and Magisto were my go-tos. They were fantastic, and they have both changed significantly. So Animoto or Magisto still has this stuff, and Vimeo Create does too, but I can tell they're not giving it any more love. And so I haven't really found another tool that I'm liking for that kind of special effect. But until they die, and I don't know when that's going to be, until they die, it's just so easy to throw pictures and video clips into there and let it do its magic with a template. And I used to use it all the time, and I don't know why they haven't been growing anymore. I'm gonna do Magisto replacement. So WeVideo, they're just different though. I mean, we've got some competitors out there, but Descript is not the same thing. Final Cut Pro is definitely not the same thing. Frame.io, none of these things are competitors, even though they say they're competitors. They're not in terms of the templates and things. Now, iMovie does have some really cool templates in there, but they're made like little coming attraction templates that are really fun. They also now have on the phone, on your version on the phone, they have really quick little transitions you can do, and it's a lot fancier than it used to be. But they still don't have that set it and forget it kind of template thing. And I'm looking for replacements because I don't know what's happening with Magisto, and I don't know. In Animoto moved into, the animations where it's just like the word sale coming across, right? There's no real animation. it's just the word sale. So they're doing more things like that. We Video is one, but it's just not the same. So I haven't found anything I like quite as much. And it's really, but I do like the ones on Fiverr still. Make slideshow, video, easy. Let's try that. See, Vimeo Create, Animoto. See, there we go. Photo Slideshow Maker. I never did like Filmora, but let me see what that one looks like. It's a sponsored one, which is always a concern. Add music. See, these things already, you have to do them. It doesn't just do them for you. It's just not, you have to edit them, not choose a template. And it's just not as easy.
Beth, do you have like stats as far as like social media frequency, length of video, what type of, I know we talked about funny and more creative posts and things like that, but do you have any current data that supports what's the most effective for a business person, both in reels and in stories, and or are we shifting? Maybe you can talk about YouTube and stuff.
Well, I don't have the statistics that I've been really paying attention to have been on LinkedIn. And I have a guru on LinkedIn I follow, and it's phenomenal. And I've really been focused on social media on my LinkedIn versus just general TikTok and things like that. So on LinkedIn, the person I follow is this guy, Richard Vanderbloom, and another guy named Richard Bliss. And they're both insanely knowledgeable about complete algorithms that tell you exactly what LinkedIn wants you to do to get liked and connected. It's amazing how much research they've done. So that's really where I've been focusing my efforts. On TikTok and Reels, I'm interested to see what the US government is going to do about TikTok or to TikTok. But short form video is all the rage. The thing about, I think we talked about this a little bit, the thing about short form video is that it's not, you don't have to do all these stylized things. You don't overthink it. If you see some of the big creators on TikTok, they're picking up their phone and doing their laundry while they're doing a sponsorship video, right? It's not the same kind of produced professional thing. Let's see, my QR code for which one, Elsie? Oh, for my Dropbox and things like that. I don't think we did the QR code for something else, but I can put up the link to the Dropbox stuff if you want me to.
Okay, yeah, Beth, thank you. Sorry, I do recall you putting that up in your live class, but I don't remember exactly if it was to your materials or not. We do obviously have the link to send out to everybody, but whatever you have to share on here, because this will be going out as well to everyone.
This is it. Let's see, I will copy it. It is now in, oh, that is only hosts and panelists. There we go. Oh, I think everybody is still a host and panelist. I forgot. We did that. That is the link where all of these files will be, they already are. And some bonus stuff that I'm giving you. So I have never been a social media guru myself. I struggle with it just as much as everybody else does. But I do know that LinkedIn is becoming more and more a game that professionals play to get the right people to see you at the right time. And that's kind of the world I'm playing in right now. So I don't have a lot of statistics about the other ones, but I do have those resources for LinkedIn. Richard Bliss and Richard Vanderbloom. I can put those links in the LinkedIn as well, if you like.
So LinkedIn, I know is more of a professional site. I don't know, I have an account, but I don't really know anything about it. Are you posting video and content and everything, the same type of things, but just maybe tailored to a different audience?
Very much so. It has become, it's very much changed in the last 2 years, probably, maybe 3 years, but it is much more chatty than it
Oh.
ever used to be. If you look home, I'll just show you my feed. Here's about a LinkedIn carousel. So they're doing these graphics that are really nice and big. And this is just a PDF that you upload,
Mhm.
and it turns it into a carousel like that. And then there's whole algorithms about how to get noticed.
Mhm.
So Richard Bliss, the two people I told you about, they do these phenomenal analyses of the LinkedIn algorithms and tell you exactly what you want to do. Let me go to, he's probably got the algorithm report. And it's like less reach for most of us, less impact for dwell time. Like it used to be that if you posted and there's a golden hour, you post and within an hour of you posting, you get a certain number of comments of all more than 8 words each. I mean, it is that specific.
Mhm.
Then you will get this much success and that much success and stuff, and you will get shown to this many people and that many people. It's phenomenal. And for me, in the work that I'm doing, again, not coming at you as a person who does social media, teaches social media, just somebody who's like you, trying to make sure you get noticed by the right people. This has been incredibly helpful because this is where people work. The TikTok things, I look at that in the bathtub, right? I don't necessarily look at that in the workplace, but LinkedIn you do. So I'm trying to get in front of people who are more professional, and I'm doing it in here.
Okay, that's good.
All kinds of great stuff in here, though. Page by page, look at this. I mean, they have very specific do's and don'ts all throughout there. All kinds of things you can play with.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I hope I've been helpful. This again was just an open door to ask questions, and I think we've answered some questions.
That's super
Just
helpful.
let me know if y'all need anything else. But I think we will end with a hearty thanks. We're down to 4 people, so I'll wave at all of you with both hands. And I will wish everybody a happy Friday afternoon, and I will talk to y'all soon.
Okay, thanks, Beth.
Bye. Bye, Elsie. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Elsie.